We've got a lot to cover. So let's get started. So Si, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spotlight your video first and you walk us through. Tell us about this syrup.
Okay, so the cocktail I'm making tonight, I've never made before. I like to live life a bit vivaciously. It is a lemon and ginger Prosecco cocktail. Now, I had to find out what Prosecco was, and I'm told it's an Italian sparkling wine. As opposed to champagne, which is left to bubble and brew in a bottle, this is not. But the recipe basically has two parts. It has a ginger and lemon syrup, which I'm going to make now. That's because it's got to sit in the fridge for around 20 to 30 minutes before I finish the cocktail. So this is one of the recipes from a cook I do. Here we go. So into my bowl, I'm adding 1 teaspoon of Szechuan peppercorns. I don't have Szechuan peppercorns. So I looked up and Mrs. Google told me I can use regular peppercorns with half a teaspoon of ground coriander and a little bit of lemon zest. So basically, that's just what I got in my container. So that's going straight in there. 100 grams of raw sugar.
So this sugar syrup, like usually that's the base for your cocktail, isn't it?
Correct.
Like when I made a cocktail last week, I did a low carb version and I used some xylitol blend.
Where is the fun in low carb?
Well, I was trying to be healthy, trying to cut out my sugar.
And finally, I'm adding 20 grams of fresh ginger. So my ginger I've just cut up into little pieces, probably about maybe 2 20-cent coins stacked on top of each other.
Oh, this is going to be delicious and spicy.
Oh yeah. And what I'm going to do now, guys, I'm just going to mill this down. So it's going to run for 10 seconds at speed 10. So it's going to get a bit loud. Here we go.
And what Facebook does, the beauty of Facebook is the beauty of Zoom is that it does mute everything a little bit. So I just want to say we're all consultants based in Auckland, and we're all in lockdown at the moment. We're all at level 3, apart from the lovely Anna, who's up in Mangawhai, who's at level 2. So we really wanted to have a cocktail evening to sort of share with everyone. And we're doing lots and lots of events. So please keep an eye out on our Facebook pages because we're doing Pantry Staples online workshop on Sunday. And we're going to be doing a slow cooking workshop next Thursday evening as well. So make sure you register for the events because you learn so much. Anyway, sorry, Si, back to you.
You know what I'm going to say? This smells absolutely amazing. So what we've basically got is just a very fine, it's almost a fine sugar consistency, and it smells of ginger and a little bit spicy.
Yeah.
So into this now, I'm going to add 80 grams of fresh lemon juice. You can see how fresh this is. Can I tell you, I was given lots and lots of lemons, and I've used virtually all of them over the last 10 days. I've done so much lemon cooking, it's crazy. Right, here we go. Give it a stir.
So, and by so much lemon cooking, Simon has made lemon drizzle cake. He's made lemon curd. He's made a lemon curd cake. He's made lemon meringue cake. Simon is doing his bit for
I'm supporting the
lockdown baking crew.
Okay, so I've got my lemon juice in there. Now it's going to cook for 4 minutes at varoma temperature. After it happens, I'm going to strain it and put it into a jug, and it's going to sit in my fridge for 20 minutes. So you'll see me again towards the end of the evening where I'll be assembling my final cocktail.
Oh, that's so delicious. This is going to be the perfect summer cocktail.
Oh, I just can't wait.
Going to be fantastic. Okay, so we're going to move on to Julia next.
Hi.
Hello, Julia. Julia, I'm just going to spotlight your video. Just one moment. Here we go. What are you making tonight, Julia?
So tonight I'm going to make a margarita. I'm going to make a citrus margarita, particularly because all of the citrus is in season at the moment, so it seems particularly a good time to be making it. Not that that normally stops me at any time of the year, but today we're going to be doing a citrus margarita. You'll find that on Cookie Do. So we'll just get started. I'll pop on
Oh, Julia, you've got a camera person.
I do. Thank you. My lovely husband is my camera person. So it's asked me to place a few drops of water. I didn't do that. I just actually used a little bit of the lime and I put it around the rim of my glass. And the next thing I did was I just popped that into the base of my small thermoserver and with a little bit of salt in there and added my glasses in there. So I've just got a salt rim. If you wanted to, you could add a little bit of chili to that, just a little bit of chili or cayenne pepper or tartary would be amazing as well. If you wanted to do a chili margarita. And so what I've got here, it's asking us for 130 grams of tequila. I've just got tequila blanco here, a white tequila, and I'm going to just free pour that in until we get to 130 grams.
Yep.
Oh, close enough. And then we're going to be adding in our Cointreau. So I've got some Cointreau here, but you could use any orange liqueur. So if you've got Romagna, please add that. If you've got triple sec, any type of orange liqueur will be great. So I've got some Cointreau here, and we're going to put in about 50 grams of that. And again, a bit of a pre-pour, whoopsie daisy. And it is Friday night after all. So
it is Friday night.
It is Friday night. So it's asking me to pop in our fruit now. So what I've done here is I've just got an orange, a lemon, and I've got 2 limes because they were just teensy wincy ones. And it's asking me to add our lemon now. I just went through and took out the pips because my lemons were very pippy. So adding in our lemon, our lime. Now, if you had grapefruit, that'd be amazing in here as well. So definitely grapefruit would be a great option instead of these other citrus as well. So I've just popped all of those inside and hit the next button. It's asked me for some sugar syrup. So I've just got 1 to 2 tablespoons here. What I did earlier was I just used equal parts in the Thermomix with sugar and water, and then cooked that until the sugar dissolved. However, big tip here, when I'm normally making cocktails, what I'll do is actually the first thing that I'll do is actually add sugar into the bowl and blitz it up like I would with to make icing sugar. So 10 seconds on speed 10, and I would use that as my sugary base if I'm going to be adding
so you don't need to make any sugar syrup.
So that's the way to not even worry about sugar syrup, and then that way you then change the bases up. You can add your, say, strawberries, and then add some Bacardi or something like that. Instantly you've got a daiquiri. So, you know, just changing out the spirits and fruit and whatever's in season. This would be great also with kiwi fruit, which are in season at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just going to add a couple of tablespoons of sugar syrup in there now. And it's asking me to pop the measuring cap on, and that's just going to blitz all of that up now. So that is just 10 seconds.
It's a fantastic tip, Julia. That so you're creating an icing sugar. It's a dangerous tip actually, because it makes the cocktails much easier to make.
So I'm now going to take the top off, and I'm going to pop 500 grams of ice cubes in here. So, and again, there or thereabouts, and pop the measuring cap on, and then this is going to be the noisier part. I'm going to do that for 1 minute on speed 10. So Sharon, you might want to over for a wee while.
Yeah. So Zoom will mute you, Julia. So this is probably one of the best things about your Thermomix, is that it can crush ice, and that's how you get your beautiful cocktails. This is how you make your frozen daiquiris. This is how you make your sorbet bases if you'd like to make a frosé. I'm just reading through. We've got Lyndall, who's just made a pina colada. We also have Jay, who has just made an espresso martini. I've also had someone ask on Facebook, where these recipes are from. They're all from Cook I Do, unless we tell you otherwise. Cook I Do is a fantastic resource for cocktails. There's so many. Okay, so it looks like Julia's finished.
Finished, so there we go. I'll give you a quick look inside. You'll see here that I have a fantastic,
that looks
sunshiny margarita. I'm just going to
very summery.
It is. It does look very summery, full of antioxidants.
Oh, and vitamin C.
So here we have it, the citrus margarita from Cookie Do. Super easy, and I'll just have a shake. And delicious.
Lovely. Oh, thank you, Julia.
That's great.
That looks amazing. Thank you. So who we're going to move to next is Steph. So Steph is making, I'm just going to spotlight you, Steph, when I can find you. So we're still on you, Julia. Here we go. Okay, so Steph, if you could just unmute yourself, Steph. Steph's going to show us how to make some nibbles, some spiced nuts, to help soak up some of the alcohol. So talk us through these, Steph, because they're fantastic. And again, the recipe is on.
I don't know about anybody else, but I've lost.
Can you hear me?
Oh, she's back.
We can hear you. We can hear you. Sorry, I just muted.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm one of these people that can't drink alcohol without eating something. So I thought, well, I'll add into the mix tonight doing spiced nut clusters. So I will put you down on the screen a bit. So the first step is very quick. Preheat the oven to 150 degrees. And line a baking tray with your baking paper or your baking mat.
Yes, the Thermomat. So again, the Thermomat you can get as host rewards when you host a cooking experience. Oh, and the Rose Gold Bakeware. We are holding virtual cooking experiences while we're in level 3. So a Thermomix is a bit of a necessity during lockdown, I've got to say. So if you are interested, direct message us and we'll organise a virtual cooking experience.
I love the mat because it's better environmentally to just be reusing.
That oven mat is fantastic. So it comes when it's a host reward, and you receive it when you host a cooking experience, and you get the oven mat and the Thermomat. So the Thermomat's amazing for proofing breads and doing any pastry work, because you don't need to add extra flour which changes the consistency of your dough. And the oven mat is just reusable. Mine's brown. I've been using it for years, but it's just don't need to buy baking paper. So much better for the environment and much cheaper in the long run. Sorry, Steph, go. I love my ex.
Now, look, I've put all the spices together to make it quicker. So we've got 2 tablespoons of cumin seeds, 1 tablespoon of dried chili flakes, 2 tablespoons of sesame seeds, and 2 teaspoons of flaked salt. So I'm going to put all those in. And we're cooking for 5 minutes, then cooling down for 1 minute. So come back and see me in about 6 minutes.
Thank you, Steph. And there are a lot of different spiced nut recipes on Cook I Do as well. They make fantastic gifts at Christmas. There are sweet salted nuts. That are fantastic. I give them to my brothers and father-in-law because I never know what to get them. Now we have got Melissa. So Melissa is one of our newest consultants, and she is making the Espresso Martini.
Thanks, Sharon. Hi, everyone. Yes, first time doing a live, so a little bit nervous. The Espresso Martini I have made once before in at a cooking experience. So here we go, and it is on Cook I Do. So what it's asking me for is for 150 grams of vodka. So here we go. And next is some Kahlua, so 120 grams of Kahlua.
So that's just a coffee-based liqueur, isn't it, Kahlua?
Yes, it is, and I love it.
You know you can make your own Kahlua? So on the recipe community, there are recipes for Baileys and Kahlua, and it's so good. That's so good.
It could be dangerous.
But it is actually quite dangerous. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very.
Then 120 grams of brewed coffee that's been cooled down. So.
Wonderful. And you could use decaf too. So if you're not great with coffee or caffeine, you could do decaf. Did you do shots or plunger?
I did through the Espresso, so yeah, through the shot. Yeah.
Nice.
And then we add in some ice, so 300 grams of ice or thereabouts. Pop the lid on, that's what it's asking me to do. And then we're going to turn it to speed 4 for about 20 minutes.
It mutes you, Zoom mutes you, because that ice crushing is quite loud. It is quite loud. So espresso martinis are a very, very popular drink, and they are very expensive to buy in the bars. So not that we can go to bars at the moment, but we can enjoy an espresso martini at home. It's so easy. It is dangerously easy.
Yes.
Making these cocktails.
Alrighty, so now that it's finished doing its little mix, goodness me, there's lots in there. I might not make it to tomorrow if I drink all this on my own.
It might be an early night.
It might be. So it is asking me to pour it through a sieve just so those big drops of ice don't fall in. And that looks...
You could probably crush it even more if you wanted, couldn't you?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, if you like that sort of thing. It's nice and frothy. Once that froth settles, it will leave a nice martini in the bottom, and if you want you can add some coffee beans just on the top just to decorate, but other than that it's good to go. So cheers.
Oh, that looks delicious. And maybe grate some chocolate. You could go as fancy as you like. Is it good?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, it is really good.
It's
really good. Yeah.
So really Melissa's going to sit over in the corner enjoying her cocktail for the rest of the evening.
Thank you.
Thanks, Melissa. Okay, we're back to you, Steph. So I'm just going to mute you, Melissa, and Steph, you need to unmute yourself because you're going to do steps. The next
bit more time. I think go to someone else first.
Oh, you need more time?
A minute and a half, and then a minute to cool down.
Well, that's fine because we've got Anna making some Mai Tais. So, Anna, or not. Where is Anna? All right. We are moving straight through to Glenda. Where are you? Where are you, Glenda? Okay. Glenda, we're coming for you. I'm just going to spotlight your video. There we go. Wonderful. So Glenda's based in Hobsonville Point and has been a consultant for a couple of months now. And Glenda is making us a Sauvignon Blanc slushy.
No, I wasn't expecting to be on camera quite close.
You do a little bit of jumping around.
But that's all right. The fridge is right next door and I just needed to get the pipe and so forth. So I'm probably known for not saying a whole lot. So this is what we're doing is really quick, really easy. So what I have first is some ice cube, regular ice.
And just turn your Thermomix on, Glenda. Sorry that, yeah.
Oh, that's the
We'll get it started. Yeah, we'll get it started up.
All right. And also I have frozen some orange juice. So I'll just pop all of it in here. And hopefully my Thermomix will get itself going. So
sorry, what did you freeze? Did you freeze the wine?
No. Just some ice cubes and some orange juice.
Oh, yum. So you're really making like a little sorbet for us.
Yeah, sort of, yeah.
And now, this isn't a cook I do recipe, is it?
No, this is just in my head, I guess.
So take notes, people.
Might not be a good thing. So I'm
sure it's delicious.
So for a start off, I'm just going to start this off for about 8 seconds on speed 5. Just to get that up.
So one of the recipes that I like to make in summer is I call it my frosé. And I basically make a sorbet, or a sorbet just straight out of fruit. And then I add a bottle of rosé, and it's absolutely delicious and so good in your thermoserver. I put it in I keep the thermoserver in the freezer, and then it just keeps the rosé at a really, really good temperature.
And so, and continuing on your line, I've now got about 2 cups of frozen mango.
Oh, yum.
I'm going to pop in there with some honey. The honey just sweetens it up a little bit, so you're probably looking at about a tablespoon of honey. And it says a cup of Sauv Blanc, so we'll do a cup of Sauv Blanc. Pop that in, put the lid on, and then we'll mix this up for probably, once again, about...
Glenda, we've just been asked, just a cup? Are you sure? Just a cup? This is one serve.
No, well,
only you, yeah.
I'm really trying to show that I'm very good.
It's all for the camera. It's all for the camera.
It probably wouldn't be just a cup if it was bad.
You could add more, couldn't you? So you could increase the quantities if you were doing it for more people.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I've got to get rid of this lot tonight on my own. So,
so you went with the cup. Perfect.
Yep. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to mix this up again for about.
Oh, sorry, I was on mute.
So that was about 8 seconds. And we have a slushy. So I'll just pour this in here.
It looks delicious. We're getting you all ready for summer. We're getting you, everyone,
we need it. We
for the warm weather.
Oh my God, it's going all over the show. But never mind. This is, well, I'm a bit like Melissa. This is my first time live.
And you're doing really well. You and Melissa have done amazing.
So it's all slopped around the outside of the glass. But there we are. There's your slushy. And we'll drop a bit of mint on it.
Oh, yeah. Just means you need a bigger glass.
I know. Well, you really need something with a stem on it, because the bottom of the bowl of the glass gets a bit cold with the ice. So, yeah, so there we are.
Fantastic. The other thing that we do have in the mix shop is we have insulated wine glasses. So that I think that's going to be a Christmas mistake. What does it taste like, Glenda? We're just being asked, what does it taste like?
Awesome. And like, I'm not a huge mango person, but this is lovely. I may become a mango person.
Oh, that is going on to my summer cocktail list. That sounds delicious. And how many ice cubes did you use? Sorry,
I used
orange juice?
about a cup. I used about half a cup of regular ice cubes and about half of frozen orange juice.
Yeah. And so this is for one serve.
Well,
there's a lot in
the jug.
There's a lot in the jug. Oh, perfect. Okay, so I'm just going to thank you so much, Glenda. That looks delicious. And I'm going to bounce back to Stephanie. Just a moment. Stephanie, you're on mute. So we'll finish up with the nuts, and then we're moving back to Anna.
Cool. You were referring to the insulated.
That was the one. So these are a fantastic price. I think they're under $20. I got one for Christmas that was $45.
I know, I think it was $16.95. I use it for my tea and coffee because it keeps it hot. But yeah, for this time of night, for wine or...
They're very good for picnics. Great for picnics and camping and yes. Sorry, yeah. That was...
Okay, so this is a quick step. So we heated it for 5 minutes and then cooled it down for a minute, and now we're going to mill it for 10 seconds on speed 7.
Wonderful. So we're doing some milling. Sue has just said that would be awesome in the spa. Yes, those glasses are perfect to keep your ice, your wine, or your cocktail chilled while you're having a little spa. Excellent. Cool you down while you get warmed up. Fantastic.
Okay, so just transferring it into a bowl. And then we're going to go straight on to putting the butterfly in with the egg.
Comments, who has made any spiced nuts? Whether they're sweet or savoury. Could you please put that in the chat if anyone's got any recipe suggestions? Because that sounds like it's a bit of a pain to make, but they are fabulous. They taste so good and they're perfect nibbles. They're excellent, excellent nibbles.
Okay, so we've got that ready and we're just going to put the butterfly on. I assume people know how to, but in case you don't, just put it on next to, on the 45 between the blades, and then turn it slightly clockwise. And egg white is going in, and it said not to clean the mixing bowl, so just going straight into that. And we're whipping.
We're whipping the egg whites to help coat the nuts. Kelly has just asked, has anyone made mulled wine? Yes, Kelly. I've made a lot of mulled wine. Mulled wine is so easy in the Thermomix. Now, my favourite mulled wine recipe is the Danny Valent mulled wine recipe, and you make it with pears. So you have whole peeled pears in your mixing bowl, and you make this beautiful spiced mulled wine, and then you can have the pears with ice cream later. So the Thermomix does a beautiful mulled wine because it's doing the continual stirring. It's keeping the heat at a really good low temperature, so you don't burn off too much alcohol like you can do if you're doing it in a pot. How does that look, Steph? This step always amazes me.
This is interesting because you're using it in the bowl as is, so it's not like you're fluffing up like for a pav or egg white, that sort of thing. So now we've removed. You had a question?
No, I'm just going to answer it in the chat box.
Okay, so we've removed the butterfly and now we're putting in the nuts. So I've just got a mixture of walnuts, cashews, almonds, a few peanuts. So there we go. Oh, dot on. Okay, and the reserved spices. So this is the sort of thing you can have all the ingredients at hand and you have surprise visitors. It's not hard to quickly whip something like this up. So 20 seconds on speed 2, then it will go onto the baking tray and into the oven. So come back later.
Thank you, Steve. Okay, so now we're going to move to Anna. So I'm just going to spotlight your video. Hello, Anna. Oh, you're on mute, sorry.
Hey, sorry, I went for an ice run. I thought I had. Right, so today so well done, guys. I'm obviously slightly higher. I'm 3 Ks above the boundary, so I'm out. So for all you guys that have done homeschooling this week, well done for you guys.
Thank you.
So I'm going to be making Mai Tai today. I love rum almost as much as I love bubbles, and it is really super quick. So I'm just going to start cooking. I'm going to blitz my ice cubes.
So again, all of these recipes, apart from the Sauvignon Blanc slushy, are on Cook I Do. Now that citrus margarita that Julia made, Lynette is one of her favorites. That's her Friday night special, isn't it, Lynette? She did it last week, she talked through it for us, and it sounds absolutely amazing. If you're a fan of margaritas, and I would say most of us are, definitely give that a try. Okay, so Anna's making the Mai Tais. Mulled wine bellinis are great from Jackie. Mulled wine bellinis. Jackie, could you give us a little bit more explanation in the chat box on how you make the mulled wine bellinis? Because that sounds absolutely delicious.
All right, so I've shredded my ice, so I'm going to add some lime juice.
So how much lime juice are you adding, Anna?
So 2 tablespoons of lime juice. I've got 2 tablespoons of Grand Marnier.
Oh, yum.
Two dashes of Angostura bitters.
Yum.
80 grams of rum. Don't bother with the grenadine because I don't need mine bright pink. But 130 grams of pineapple juice. Orange juice. I've got 2 teaspoons of sugar syrup. That'll just combat the bitters. I'm going to blitz it.
These Mai Tais are delicious. Can you see just how easy it is to make a cocktail in the Thermomix?
The hardest part is waiting for the arms to open.
It is.
So, smells really good. So, I'm just going to pour that. Says it serves 4. I think that's a very small serve for 4.
I'm with you, Anna. I am with you.
A bit of pineapple, some nice fresh mint.
Yum. Oh my goodness. Oh, and cheers. Thank you so much, Anna.
Cheers. Happy Friday, guys.
Jackie, I'm sorry, I've got the video on you still. I will
that's good.
now on Spotlight while I'm just talking. So Jackie has said, this is a recipe from Cook I Do. You make a mulled sugar, so this is for the Bellinis, the mulled wine Bellinis. So you make a mulled sugar syrup reduction in the Thermomix and you add a tablespoon to a champagne flute, top it up with champagne, and the recipe's on Cook I Do. That would be perfect for Christmas, wouldn't it? Because like the mulled wine's too hot for us to have at Christmas. We want something with a little bit of sparkle and something a little bit cooler. So thank you, Jackie. I never knew that recipe existed. And I'm going to be making it because that is very, very festive. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, Steph, do we need to come back to you with the nuts or no? Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to move to Kerry. Now, Kerry always takes us next level with her cocktails. So she is... Kerry, I'm just going to spotlight your video. Please tell us what you're making. Last time Kerry made a milk tart martini. If it's chocolate, Kerry's all over it. And yeah.
Hi guys. Welcome. It's so lovely to see everyone, and happy Friday and woohoo for the weekend. Yeah, I did a post a couple of days ago on my page, which is Dinner Sorted. And I made a lemon curd. I was craving for something really, really sweet. And I posted up on my page, other than eating it by the spoonful from the jar, what else can you do with it? And I got so many great responses. And one of them came back was a lemon curd, a margarita. So I immediately thought this is an absolutely perfect way to devour the rest of my lemon curd, which wasn't really easy, or I should say it wasn't really hard because I had to make a second batch for this. And what I thought of doing was, yeah, I just thought, let's make it. The only thing is I didn't have tequila in the house, so I had vodka, so I just turned it into a vodkatini, and I made this, and it's absolutely killer. It's divine. I highly recommend it, and it's the perfect reason to make lemon curd too, so it's great. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. This recipe isn't on Cook I Do.
But the lemon curd is, isn't it?
Sorry, what's that?
The lemon curd recipe is on Cook I Do.
Yeah, and it literally takes 12 minutes. So if you guys haven't made the lemon curd on Cook I Do yourself a favor. It is amazing. Yeah, it's just so easy and it is amazing. And yeah, it doesn't take many lemons. And you can choose either, I think it's the 600 grams or the 1,300 grams of lemon curd to make. So definitely give it a go. So tonight's recipe is really, really simple. It's just a couple of ingredients, but obviously the core ingredient is the lemon curd. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking 6 tablespoons, heaped tablespoons of lemon curd, and I'm throwing this into my beautiful Thermomix. So that's 2. So the more you want, the better. 4, 5, and 6. So if you want it a little bit sweeter, you would obviously just adjust it accordingly. Don't add so much lemon juice or anything like that. What I've got is the lemon juice that I'm talking about. So I've got 40 grams of lemon juice, freshly squeezed lemon juice, and 40 grams of lime juice that I'm going to be into this. So this is where I was saying, if you want it a little bit sweeter, maybe just tap down a little bit on the lemon juice or the lime juice. So it actually, because my first batch I made was actually perfectly balanced. So it wasn't too sweet, it wasn't too sour, it was actually just perfect, right? But it did have that little bit of bite to it, which is
I like this.
What I love, yeah. Rightio, so that's the good stuff, but here comes the even better part. So I'm using some vodka, and obviously here you could use your tequila to make it the margarita. So we're going to use 80 grams. So I'm just going to whack my scales on, and I'm going to pour that in. And I'm going to try and be like, oh wow, okay, there we are. Quite a good pouring lesson. There we are. I got it right.
It's Friday. That's fine.
I did. And then I'm using the triple sec. But like Julia said, you can also use the Contro if that's orange liqueur. So if you've got that, you can also give that a whack, or else obviously triple sec. And I'm going to be using 40 grams of this, and I'm going to be pouring that in. Yeah, there we are. I was a little bit heavier handed on that one, but that's right. And what I am going to do is just mix this gently. I'm just going back, and I'm just going to mix this so it mixes gently. So I'm just going to put it on round about 3 just to mix it all up. So the lemon curd is also involved in that. And then I'm going to be adding my ice. So that should be all right. And what I've got is 2 cupfuls of ice that I'm going to be adding in. There we are, in goes the ice. And what we're going to do is we're going to blitz this for around about 10-15 seconds, depending if you like chunky pieces of ice. You can adjust it how you want. I like it relatively quite fine. So I'm just going to put this on 6 for around about 10 seconds and see how that goes.
So this recipe isn't on Cook I Do, but the lemon curd recipe is. And you could just follow like a martini or a margarita recipe. What would you? What recipe would you suggest to follow, Kerry, if you wanted on Cook I Do?
Yeah, I think a margarita recipe would be perfect for this one. So simple. So what I've got, and that's it. So I've just got my lemon wheels I'm going to be popping on. And I thought I'd be romantic and make my husband one too. It might be a little bit selfish just for myself, you know?
Yeah.
Be an only child.
In a quiet room, perfect.
And I'm just going to add this in. Doesn't that look amazing? Oh, not with my lemon wheel that's falling out.
Oh, that looks amazing. Jay just asked, what were we blitzing? The last thing you put in before blitzing?
Was the ice.
Was the ice. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Kerry, that looks amazing. What does it taste like?
Let me see. Oh, heaven.
Heaven. And is it's not too sweet?
No, not at all. So the great thing with this is you can actually pare it down or you can tone it up. So if you'd like it a little bit more sweeter to come through, just drop that lemon juice or the lime juice down. Maybe use around about 60 grams of lemon juice, so 30-30 lime and lemon, and then that sweetness will come through. But if you prefer it to be balanced, rather do that 80 mils of, or 80 grams of lemon juice mixed with lime juice. And then it's perfectly balanced, so you get that even flavor. It's really good. Give it a try, everyone. Give it a try.
Oh, that sounds absolutely delicious. Thank you so much, Kerry. And we're actually going to move back to Simon. I just want to say, Rakesha's just put in a little link for spicy Indian baked chickpeas, which would be absolutely delicious as well. Claire's having a post-lockdown party at her house. What cocktails are you going to make, Claire? You can put that in the chat, and I will spotlight Simon.
Oh, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Excellent. I'm just trying not to have an explosion in my kitchen at the moment. Hang on, push me up. Here we go. Oh, I mean, that wasn't very manly. Alrighty.
It was a little bit manly. It's hard when you get surprised.
I say nothing. Kerry, can I just say, I want to be in your house tonight. That cocktail looks absolutely divine.
Oh, it does look amazing.
I would have never thought about making something like that. Good on you.
Take it next level, Kerry.
So what I've got, guys, my ginger syrup has been strained, so there's no little lumps and bumps in it. And it's smelling like a really spicy, sweet ginger syrup, pretty much. So the last step of the recipe is to put 2 to 3 teaspoons of the syrup in the bottom of a glass. So here we go. 1. Oh, wow, this is smelling so good. 2. I'm going to go generous and do full 3. Okay.
Lex is asking, what is this called, Simon? What's this? This is the...
It's a ginger and lemon. Prosecco. Yep.
Yeah, ginger and lemon prosecco. And
okay, so I'm just going to top up my lemon syrup now, my ginger syrup.
So this is a beautiful celebration drink, and it's kind of like a little bit like a really lovely special mimosa too.
Well, can I just say that after this week,
oh no,
don't really pour bubbly.
It's very healthy. Lemon and ginger, good for the colds.
So what I'm going to do now for the piece of garnish, I've got a couple of pieces of my lemon skin. Just going to drop it in there. It says to perch them elegantly on the side, but you know me. So here we go. Cheers, everyone. Hang on.
Cheers. Thank you so much. We're not finished. We're still got to go to Steph.
Divine, guys, make it really good.
It is really good. And I'm just thinking there's so many things that you could do with the drink and that syrup. Steph, we've got you. How are you going with these nuts?
Right, so there's no more cocktails to come?
No more cocktails.
I'll show you what it looks like now, because I think it's still got maybe 2 or 3 minutes to go, but I'll pull it out of the oven and show you.
Wonderful. So just a few things. Our August purchase offer is the Indian cookbook and the Thermomix, which is a fantastic purchase offer that we've got going on at the moment. And also, we also have our promotion. So if you'd like to become a Thermomix consultant, you can come and join us. And if you start in September, all you need to do is sell 4 Thermomixes to get your Thermomix for free, which is it's an absolutely amazing offer. So sorry, Steph, can you please show us? Oh, look at this. That's so good. And they just you just break them apart a little bit. Is that right?
Yeah, 6 minutes to go, then you just break it into little clusters. But if I do that now, I'm going to burn my fingers.
Hey, Steph, would you like to talk to us a little bit about your meal planning? Because you've launched something pretty amazing in the past few weeks.
Cool. Well, basically, I have done a post actually with nibbles to go with drinks, and I've started doing that and nearly finished it on Canvas, so I'll put it so that all the team can share it with their customers. The other thing I have been doing that Sharon's referring to is called a thing called What's the Dinner Plans. And because what I found was a lot of my customers were saying the biggest nightmare or headache is the actual thinking process and planning. And given the 60,000 plus recipes on Cook I Do, some people find it a bit overwhelming. So what I have devised is a little plan where weekly you get 5 dinner plans and then some lunch, breakfast, snacks, pantry staple ideas. And it's just all there with the links, and you can put it straight through to Cook I Do or to your shopping list. And it just takes that strain from your brain, as one friend put it. So you're most welcome to join on the link. It's just you can find me, Create and Thrive Kitchen.
So it's fantastic. So you sign up, and I think it's a monthly subscription. It's $29, and Steph does all your meal planning for the week and shows you how to prep everything. So it just takes all of the thinking out of it, which is awesome. So Steph, what's your Facebook page so people can come and have a little look?
It's Create and Thrive Kitchen with Steph Johnstone.
Thank you. Create and Thrive Kitchen. So everyone, that is our just going to swap that in. That's our cocktail event. So thank